as Black people, we have to be more curious about our ancestral land, Africa. All right? We cannot depend on the media to show us positive things about Africa, right? For many years, all we've seen is poverty, right? War and violence. And that has really impacted, pretty much manipulated the way we think about the continent of Africa. The same way that we feel about our own history here in the diaspora, right? So here in America, we know that the history books share our history through the lens of slavery and oppression, which also contributes to a negative self-identity. So when you have Africa being seen through the lens of, poverty and violence and war, and then you have the diaspora being seen through the violence of slavery and oppression, right? What you get is this combination that is so powerful that, of course, the young African child is going to not really feel good about who they are, right? They're not going to feel good about their heritage because they are being given these negative lenses. So we have to take control over our education for our children. And African-centered education will help uplift the child. They need to know who they are and not through the lens, right, of, stereotypes and so forth. So let me give you an example. Right now, you are watching this video probably on your laptop or iPhone, okay? That is a possibility, right? Because of the resources in the continent of Africa. We know that these phones and laptops don't exist without the resources in the continent of Africa. But also, this technology that allows us to FaceTime and to video conference on Zoom is also possible because of the African mind, right? A Black woman, right, invented that technology. Her name is Miriam Croak, and because of her brilliance, we are able to have these experiences. So what we have here is a combination, right, of the continent of Africa being our source to be able to have these great experiences, right? But also the African mind, right, being the source of these great experiences. So we know that Black people have contributed wonderful things to this society. And this is just one example. And the list goes on and on. But these are the things that we have to share with the children. So my hope for you today is that you will begin to become more curious about the continent of Africa and visit, because you have to develop self-love in order to pass that down to the children. There is no prosperity unless you love yourself. There is no future without the children. And if we want change in our community, then we must do something different. And that different thing, right, is to have an African-centered education. Learn more about who we are. Focus on thinking about the possibilities when you have a deep self-love, okay? That is so important. Give children what you didn't have, and that is a connection to the continent of Africa, right? Through the lens of truth and not through the lens of a colonized mind. I love you. Many blessings. Bye.